it's funny how it all funny how it all worked out. Sorry, I noticed that I didn't hear. I'm sorry, I didn't hit the go live stream, but hopefully you guys can, hopefully you guys heard. Can you give me a heads up as to you heard all the bullshit I just said? Because I forgot to hit the go live button, and I hope you guys actually heard all that bullshit. I talked about, one, 91154. I'm sure you heard because you guys were correcting me along the way. Okay, excellent. So we ended up trying to have should we rebut the whole transmission thing? For a lot of you guys that are just tuning in, I'm talking about the rumor spreading about the Evolution car, that the transmission broke on it, and that the Lund Racing car had a broken transmission. I think it's great that people are out there just putting rumors out there that are literally not true. Like literally not true. They're just saying shit. So in recap, I guess I was talking for a while and I did not hit the go live button. Sorry. In recap, over the weekend, Evolution went 9-1 at 154 within the villain, and it ended up, really, really surprising a lot of people, because not only did it cut a 1.4 something 60 foot, not only did it look great with the drag setup, but because they took about 300 pounds of rotating mass on it. A lot of people are claiming it has nitrous, it broke transmission, this and this and that. But the rumors have been swirling for about 2 weeks or so that we broke the transmission on the Evo car, that we broke the transmission on the white car. And this person, for whatever reason, has it out for Lund Racing. It has to be, because all he does is post everywhere, that Lund Racing broke their shit. Lund Racing broke their shit. Lund Racing hasn't broken anything. The only proof that this person has that in them, according to them, proves that they're broken, because there are two DCTs at power by the hour. So they thought, well, Evo must have broken one and the white car must have broken one. No, Jake got them from a factory blend program. He got it from some guy who gets factory blends, or for whatever reason they were not used in the production process. Jake got his hands on them because he wants to swap them into an older vehicle and see what it takes. That's what they do. All they do is literally swap things. 6R80 swaps into GT500s, Coyote swap Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3 into everything, AC, you name it, power steering, all they do is swap. So Jake's like, shit, I can get my hands on two DCT transmissions? Abso-freaking-lutely. So he got them. So when Power by the Hour posted it up saying, we got two, we're going to do some swap stuff, stay tuned. And then I put out the video saying, hey, there's two here. And I weighed them against each other. This person's mind must have just gone ape shit. Oh, I guarantee they broke it. That's why there's two there. They broke it. That's why there's two there. Sorry, let me turn down the volume on this shit. So they basically just ran wild with it. Now, we all know, people in the know, everyone at Lund Racing, everyone at Evolution knows we haven't broken shit. Nothing has been broken. The absolute only transmission that's ever been in this car is the one that came with it. I wish there was a way of verifying it, but the problem is now you're gonna prove to some nobody. Yeah, he's probably a nice guy, but the fact that he is so adamant about constantly popping off about broken transmissions, it blows my mind without any proof. Imagine that the burden of proof is on the accuser. Plain and simple. The burden of proof is on the accuser. If you accuse somebody of doing something, you better have some fucking proof to back it up, because if not, you're gonna look like a stupid motherfucker. You're gonna look really stupid if you don't provide proof. And if your proof is, well, this guy said that he thinks because this, and then I saw a post. No. That's not how it works. That's not. Imagine bringing a guy to trial and your proof is hearsay. Your proof is, oh yeah, this guy killed two people. How do you know that, sir? Well, I heard this guy said he killed them. I don't have the murder weapon. I don't even have the victim. I just know that he said that he killed them. So therefore, I rest my case. Guilty as charged. He killed them. No, you gotta have fucking proof, bro. Stop looking really fucking stupid. Please. If I were you, if you really think these transmissions are broken, or have been replaced, look at my last video. In my last video, it shows that there are no transmissions available. So what? Did these transmissions get replaced by factory blems? How do you reprogram them? How do you take them out and program the module if there is no TCM access? There's literally nothing to show that these were broken. But you're out there popping off, and I'm more likely to believe that Epstein killed himself than these transmissions didn't break. Well, guess what? You really look stupid because these transmissions have never been out of the car. Period. Plain and simple. So, in short, if you don't have any proof that anything broke, shut the fuck up. That's it. Like literally, shut the fuck up because you don't know and you're looking real stupid. Now, the problem is this. This is the problem I have with it. People on Facebook are fucking stupid and they believe everything anyone says if they say it strongly enough. If they're like, yeah, that shit broke. I guarantee it. That shit broke. I guarantee it. It broke. And people go, Jesus Christ, he's saying it with so much fervor and so much aggression that they must have broken. So then the rumor spreads like wildfire. But let's say I started a rumor. Let's say I said, I think you're gay. I have no proof. You suck dick. But a friend of mine that knows you, that saw you sucking dick, said you're gay. If I keep saying that over and over and over and over and over and have no proof, make the accusation, wouldn't you be pissed off? Wouldn't you be like, yo, motherfucker, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing talking all this bullshit? What are you doing? Why are you talking shit? Whoa. I'm just saying, my friend said he saw you suck dick. So I'm saying that you might be gay. You would be just as mad if someone made a false accusation like that. Now, how does this accusation affect me? I work for Lund Racing. If it is perceived that our tuning is breaking shit based on an absolute false accusation, you are now fucking with my money. You are fucking with my money perceptually. You're putting it out there that they are less than anyone else. They are not that good. They are breaking $20,000 transmission. You are fucking with my money, and I'm going to have a problem with that. So be smart. If you think they're broken, provide unequivocal proof that they're broken. Show me the broken trans. Show me the logs. Show me something that it broke. If you cannot provide that information, shut the fuck up. Now, I'm glad that I have a decent amount of people on here because I wanted to talk about something that's been brewing for 4 fucking years. Understand this. If I have a problem with you, this is not going to be a tech show. This is going to be some shit today. Fuck tech. You got a tech question? You are fucked. If I got a problem with you, right, I'm going to say something to you. I'm going to say, hey, man, what's going on, man? Do we have to hammer this out? Do we got issues? Do we got problems? What's going on? If you go out there and have an issue with what I'm saying, not about you, but the company you work for, and then you use your leverage against the company I work for to try to get me fired, that is the most spineless, bitch ass move you can ever do. Zach Smith, you're waiting. You are not going to get anything answered. Thanks for the money. You're waiting. So this is what happened. And I'm going to give you the whole story, how I even got this job, how I got in this industry. 2015, December 2015 or November of 2015, I got hired by Lund Racing. Lund Racing, with the help of a current employee, talked nicely about me and we hit it off. We met at the Texas Mile. Everything was honky-dory and kosher. Let's backtrack a little bit. When I was in Massachusetts, I had bought some parts for my car because I was starting to get to the whole drag racing thing. I wanted to get the car really launching good. And what do? You go to the forums and you see what's the hot part out there. So BMR products. BMR products was all over the place. BMR springs, BMR control arms, BMR this, BMR that. Okay, so what did I do? I bought BMR lower control arms and their drag springs. I forget the part number. So I installed them, and I wasn't a big fan, right? Not that I'm out there, saying this is trash shit. I was out there saying, this isn't my favorite part. The problem with the springs is they slapped a lot in the front. When you took a turn, they made a lot of slapping noise. And what I got from the tech department was, this needs another isolator on the second or third coil where they touch because they're progressive or whatever it was. I said, okay, fine. Did that. When that isolator wore away, the slapping came back. I said, you know what? I'm good. I'm going to take these off. I'm going to put a set of like a Pro kit, like a Ibach Pro kit, or I had some H&R SS's in there at the time, but put those back in there. The slapping went away. They were a linear spring, so I'm sure the design by nature didn't allow it to slap. Then I went to the track a couple of times and my polyurethane bushings cracked on the lower control arm. And I was like, this is not good. I didn't even bother replacing them. I just said, you know what? Screw it. We're gonna just replace them with some, at the time, some Lakewood lowers, something like that. Lakewood lowers. And that was fine. Let's fast forward again. Now I'm working for Lund Racing. I've already had personal experience with BMR products on my personal vehicle. So I'm at Lund Racing, and I'm sure when it is announced that I'm at Lund Racing, that Alejandro Flores now works at Lund Racing, people now start to look at you like, oh, okay, you and Lund Racing are an item. So then, when people would mention BMR products, now, let it be known, I have zero issue with BMR as a company. I have zero issue with BMR products. What I do have issue with was one of their sales reps who does not work there anymore, named Kelly Aiken. Now, this is Kelly Aiken's MO, because he is probably the most spineless piece of crap ever to walk the earth. If there's an issue with you on a personal level, or if you are not talking positively about parts, he won't come up to you and say, hey man, what's the deal? He will use the leverage BMR had, because he worked for BMR at the time. He used the leverage from the company he worked for to say to Lund Racing, hey, you have an employee talking shit about my products. Put that dude in check. So now, at the time, Lund Racing had just let go of an employee down in Florida. So he was trying to work everything out. And Lund Racing had to understand, they had to basically, what are they going to do about Fluid Turbo? They had a turbo company, and Fluid Turbo was sort of up in the air because it was mismanaged, for lack of a better word, mismanaged. So they were like, wait a minute, what's going on here? We need to do something. So they don't want any drama coming their way. And I understand that. So all of a sudden, once, I started, going into the tech articles and forums and groups and stuff like that. And if anyone would say anything about, hey, how's your experience been with this or that? I'm like, look, if you have a stick shift car, I would not recommend the BMR lowers with the poly mounts or the poly, get the spherical, or I've had great success with the poly versions of UPR. And I actually really had a good experience with them. Not nut riding. I simply had a better experience with UPR lower arms on my 11 than I did with BMR. And I said, look, I sang their praises. So you could tell that did not sit well with Kelly Aiken. Now, instead of approaching me like a man and said, hey, Alex, look, if there's an issue with these control arms, let's hammer this shit out. Let's see what's going on. No. So let's fast forward. Lund Racing is now looking to move things around. They're looking to offload Fluid Turbo, because Fluid Turbo was just kind of like in shambles at the time. People were like, what are we going to do with this? And, if you're in a company long enough, you establish connections. You establish pretty decent connections. So all of a sudden, I get a friend request from the BMR page. The BMR page friend requested me. And I thought that was peculiar based on me publicly not necessarily fucking dogging them, but me saying, hey, I wouldn't recommend this part and that part. And it was pretty public. And I'm sure Kelly was out there going, yo, man, this guy's talking shit on our products and this and this and that. Anyway, so you know what he did, Kelly Aiken? This is what Kelly Aiken did, because I made a post saying, why is BMR products requesting me as a friend? And I went like, why is BMR products requesting me as a friend. He, Kelly Aiken, goes on a tirade and says, I cannot believe Lund Racing employs this fucking guy. I am paraphrasing here because he deleted the post, of course, once he got what he wanted. So what he wanted was a public kind of condemnation of my comments by Lund Racing. And he got it, right? Because at the time, Lund Racing was in flux. They needed to potentially offload, fluid. There were people involved on both camps that might have been interested in taking Fluid Turbo on, but Lund Racing did not want any drama. They had just had stuff go down in Florida, and me and Nardi were now the only Florida employees. I was the only one down there trying to make it happen. I was doing everything possible to try to make it happen because I wanted to, make this work. So by Kelly Aiken going out there and publicly saying, I cannot believe this guy's popping off on some dumb shit. Basically, I said, why is BMR requesting me? So Lund Racing had to go in there and say, hey, the comments made by my employee. Now, they didn't know me at the time. At the time, I was only there maybe 3 months or 4 months. They didn't know me, so I do not fault them for their reaction. But I do fault Kelly Aiken for trying to get me fired or put me in hot water with my boss instead of approaching me as a person. So what happens? The result of that whole setup had, people, other companies, like on Kelly Aiken's post, people that own turbo companies, people like, I'm not going to name names, but people that might have been interested in potentially pursuing Fluid Turbo immediately started saying things like, I cannot believe that Lund Racing employs a guy like that. So now that puts the pressure on Lund Racing to go, shit, damn, God, I got to say something publicly to distance myself from Alex's comments. What were the comments? Why is BMR suspension friend requesting me? Let's move on. So Lund Racing did the right thing. They said, I didn't tell him to do that. He didn't do that under the Lund Racing umbrella. He's his own dude. We don't co-sign on that shit. Paraphrasing. Kelly got what he wanted. He got a public shaming in his eyes by my boss to me, meaning smack me in the pee-pee a little bit. Okay. So I was like, at the time, I was dumbfounded as to how that all went down. I went, wait a minute. Why didn't he just approach me, Kelly Aiken? Why didn't he just approach me? No, he went after my job. The last thing I would do, guys, if I had an issue with anybody, the last thing I'm going to do is fuck with their money. I'm not going to fuck with your money. If we're playing basketball, right, and you beat me in basketball, and then you elbowed me and called me a bitch and dunked on me, and I knew you worked for Tesla, right? He works for Tesla. I work for the lithium mine, that they use to source materials. And I send an email or publicly say a Tesla employee called me a bitch at a basketball. Now Tesla is going to go, whoa, this shit's public. Whoa, who is this? What's happening? Did you really, call someone a bitch and dunk on somebody that works at the lithium mine? Yeah, but it was a pickup basketball game, nothing to do with work. Yeah, and that is the same freaking thing. You literally go after a guy's livelihood to get him in trouble. Now, then I had, guess what? Guess what happened? Lund Racing said, Alex, if you want to work for Lund Racing, you got to move to Pennsylvania. I had just moved to Florida 4 months earlier. I wasn't going to move to Pennsylvania. My girlfriend was still in Houston. She was just about to come here to move in with me, and I was going to work for Lund, and it all fell apart drastically. It all fell apart like insane. Lund Racing was very gracious, and they said, look, we'll give you the severance package, and after that, you're kind of on your own. And I was. For a little while, I was literally on my own. Now, is it a direct cause? No, but it sure as hell didn't help, because if, let's say, homeboy wasn't out there popping off, using his leverage in the position that he's in, as a BMR representative, and he has the voice and ears of a bunch of guys that want free fucking suspension parts, and then he didn't use that leverage just to fuck with me, I probably would have still been at Lund Racing and things would have been a lot different. But actually, no. They said, you know what? We don't need that drama. And I do not fault them for that. Then, about 2 months later, VMP called. VMP was like, actually, BJ McCarty. Shout out to BJ McCarty. Has a soft spot in my heart because he actually got me out of my rut. I was in a rut. And of course, everybody was out there making fun on Facebook land, all this stuff. They were just making fun. Ha ha, you're a loser. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Got with VMP, was there a couple years, got my chops, and then Lund Racing came back to the fold. And they were like, Alex, you know what? They needed another tuner because Dasan Holloway passed. So a little while later, they reached out to me and I reached out to them, honestly, because I was interested. And they said, would you be willing to work with us again? I'm like, absolutely. So the first thing I said, when I landed in his house, ask Senior. I said, I got to clear the air about something. The way you handle that Kelly Aiken shit, fuck that. If you don't have my back from here on out, I don't want to work for you. You know what? Senior was like, I apologize. I absolutely apologize how that all went down. In hindsight, I wish I hadn't done that. Why? Because Kelly Aiken has done a bunch of shit on the backside to fuck with people like a Lund Racing. You understand? Funneling business away from it, doing stuff on the backside, discounts on parts if you get, this and that, a lot of stuff. And I'm trying to be vague here because I don't want to implicate people that don't need to be implicated. But Kelly Aiken was doing a bunch of dirty ass shit on the backside to take business, tuning business, away from Lund Racing to prop up something he was trying to get going. All good. So what did I do? I'm going to work for Lund Racing the second time, and I'm going to block Kelly Aiken from Facebook. This is why. I'm going to protect him. Because if you pop off and you get me on the mad side, I will lose my job to slap you upside the head. I repeat, I will lose my fucking job to slap you upside the head. Round 2 is not going to be like round 1. And Lund Racing has my back on this because they've seen the conniving shit Kelly Aiken has done on the backside. They can't pop off on it because they're professional. They are not going to go after somebody because it doesn't matter. I am petty as fuck. Now, what happened today was actually pretty funny. I had been ignoring him forever. I blocked him. I literally blocked him from life. I said, nah, you know what? I'm good. I am protecting him because if he is in my radar, if he is in my universe, it's going to be a problem. Don't like that motherfucker because of the shit he's done. Look, when you do shit like try to get someone you're not liking in trouble with their boss, that's like the lowest bullshit thing you could do. Guys in factories, guys in mills, electricians, pipe fitters, they're like, yo, you got a problem with me? Go outside and beat the shit out of each other for 5 minutes and then we're good. In this industry, you try to get each other fired from their job. Interesting, right? So about, I don't know, for whatever reason, a couple months ago, I started getting screenshots of Kelly Aiken constantly putting my name in his mouth as if it was my dick. That boy cannot keep my name out of his mouth. He is my number one fan. He is a super fan. So he's out there popping off. YOLO says big throttle bodies don't matter. Right. Ported throttle bodies make no difference on stock manifolds. And GT350 throttle bodies don't make a big of a difference on stock manifolds. That's what I've always said. Now, when you go Cobra Jet, you don't stick a stock throttle body on a Cobra Jet, do you? You stupid motherfucker. No, you put a twin 67 or a monoblade. Why? Because now the manifold has changed, shithead. But he started just popping off. So I said, fuck it. Let me unblock the dude and go, hey, pussy. That's it. Your pass has expired. Your pass of me just ignoring you and you fucking not get, you're not going to get away with popping off with my name and thinking it's all going to be good and we're going to be boys. Understand this. I want to beat the shit out of you. But the problem with that is I'm actually afraid to fight you. Because you have a family. I don't have a family. I don't have shit. I'll fuck you up. And then who's got more to lose? You or me? So I'm protecting you. By blocking you, I'm protecting you in a weird way. So you got to understand, the more you put my name out there in a negative light, fuck this internet shit. Fuck this internet shit. Let's do it in real life. He won't. And I know he won't. He's soft. He's chubby. He's probably not much of a challenge. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make sure that this guy knows that when you pop off, I'm going to slowly start releasing information about shit you've done on the backside to show everybody you're a spineless motherfucking piece of shit. Because out of anything, if I'm not anything in this world, is respectful, loyal, and I do the right fucking thing. And by your stupid ass going out there trying to get people fired, trying to look like the cool kid all the fucking time, like, oh, this and that, talking shit on Lund Racing. Do you know that Kelly Aiken constantly talks shit on Lund Racing? Lund Racing's smart. They're like, look, Al, whatever. Let him do his thing, whatever. When we went 767, up for 200, up for 200, up. Okay. So, and then when we did the wheelie at MIR at World Cup, y'all don't know how to tune suspensions. Initially, his post was like, wow, these Lund boys are crazy. And then he was like, look, they looking stupid out there with the bumper dragging wheelie busting the front end. Interesting. Lund has to stay quiet. Lund has to go, you know what? Fuck this guy. Let him do his thing. But I don't, because he tried to get me personally fired from Lund Racing. And I'm never going to forget that shit. So if you roll with Kelly or Kelly's friend, you hang out, it's all good. Fuck you too. I don't give a fuck. You roll with a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. Plain and simple. That is my, my monologue that went on for about 20 minutes. If you don't have any proof of a GT500 transmission breaking, shut the fuck up. And if you deal with Kelly Aiken, because now he's out of the industry selling toilet paper to power plants. Good for him. I hope he makes a lot of money. I'm not going to call the company he's with and say, yo, man, this guy's popping off on some dumb shit. Kelly, I want you to make a lot of money. But I'm also going to call you out when you got my name in your mouth. Because if you have mine, I don't mention Kelly Aiken. I blocked that dude. I was like, fuck this guy. But this dude cannot get my dick and balls out of his gullet, this double chin ass motherfucker. This guy cannot get enough of me. He wants the attention. Well, here you go. Here's your 15 minutes of fame, you fat piece of shit. If you pop off, I'm going to reply. And I'm going to slowly tell people all the shit you did, taking business away from Lund Racing on the backside to help out someone that had a non-compete. Just think about that. Think about that for a bit. All right, let's get to paid questions. All right. So anyway, if you're friends with homeboy, fuck you. Legit. Unfriend me, fuck you. Fuck you forever. And again, no issue with BMR. BMR, you're a great company. But Kelly Aiken is a tremendous piece of shit. The most spineless, worst type of person you can deal with. Forget in the industry, in life. Just the worst type. Exactly. FKA. Fuck Kelly Aiken. FKA. Hashtag that shit everywhere. FKA. Fuck Kelly Aiken. Make him famous. All right, let's get to some paid questions. This is called Talking Shit. And this has been brewing for 4 years. And that is just a quarter of the shit that went down. But today he popped off. Got me all antsy. Here you go. Keep popping off. More shit will come out the more you pop off. Because I talked to Lund before this show. I said, hey, Lund, this is what I'm looking to do. This is what's going to happen. And Senior was like, dude, have at it. And if anything pops off, I got you. That's why I work for Lund Racing. Okay, so here we go. I can't believe I'm going to go into like legit questions, like tech questions, but shit had to be said today. Shit had to be said. All right, Alex, should I sleeve a Gen 1 and upgrade rods and pistons or buy a Gen 2 short block? I think Gen 1 has a more desirable head stud depth. Also, I want to live around 850 wheels. Zachary Smith, Very smart. Sleeving the Gen 1 motor is the way to go. Because, yes, deeper head studs. I think they're 12 millimeter versus 11. Don't quote me on that. I don't know everything. But I know when it came time to sleeve my motor, the 11 to 12 Gen 11 to 14 was more desirable than anything else. My friend told me Gen 1 is gay, but I hear the Gen 2 takes more of a pounding. Can Gen 3 take it even better? I don't think Gen 3 can take it even better. I think at the end of the day, it'll make more power with less boost, and I think that's desirable. You know, you don't have to just constantly pull it down to make power on the Gen 3. The Gen 2 to me is still King Daddy because you could treat it like a Gen 1 in terms of power level, meaning if you're comfortable with a pulley versus lower combo, that like take a VMP blower, you got a 15% and a 69 upper, well, that's it transfers. But when it comes to Gen 3 with the 12-to-1 compression, it absolutely changes the game 100%. Now you have more compression, DI, and the fueling characteristics have to change because you don't necessarily need more injector, but you got to make sure that the car can be more knock prone because of the higher compression if you're on pump gas. But if you're on 85 max effort, Gen 3 is probably the way to go right now. But if you can find a new Gen 2, you'd be good to go. Okay, Alex, what are your thoughts on the wave track? Planning to doing a wave track with a 33 spline axle, 5/8 Dutch welded tubes on my boosted 5.0 MT82 daily. Wave track El Coyote has gone sevens, high sevens, low 8s on Joey Basil's car, and I'm sure people like Siley does a lot of turbo S197s, and I think that's kind of the go-to. The S track is the strange version. The wave track, I think, is the Mosier version. I could be wrong about that, but I know there's an S track and a wave track. Shannon Dugan said, preach, keep it up, call out them snakes. That's not a lot of snakes. Look, there's a lot of bad people out there, but there's only one that has literally tried to get me fired. One. I mean, look, I kept it quiet for 4 years. That's enough of that shit. I've gotten into a position where I'm comfortable in my position at work, meaning I have a solid foundation and a solid footing at Lund Racing, and they have been victims of this shithead's sideways attacks. Never direct. To your face, he'll go, hey, buddy, how you doing? Oh, we're just kidding around at the track and this and that. But then, fuck that guy. He don't know shit. Man, fuck. He don't know how to set up suspension. Look at that. Fuck. Enough with people like that. Stop propping them up. They don't know shit. El Coyote says, you look good today, cutie, no homo. Thank you. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Ruslan Z. 2014 Mustang, Paxton 700 rear horsepower and a 3.8 pulley. I want a little more power. 3.6 or 3.3 pulley next. Ooh, Ruslan, you're on that level. You are literally on the edge of what that car can take if it's a stock bottom end. 3.6, but man, you better run good fuel in it. I hesitate to go 3.6 on a Gen 1, but for whatever reason, the Paxton makes power way later, so it might help it. Chasers 50 says, got a stage 2 3.0 Whipple and looking to upgrade to E85. What do you recommend me getting? ID 1050X injectors, FIC 1000H injectors, or D-Torque 95s if you're going to stay in the 800 range. If you're looking to make higher than that, I would build the bottom end. I don't know what gen you got, but at the end of the day, depending on the generation you got, you got to live in the 850 to 900 range. Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 1, no more than 750. 97 now. Alex, do you feel better now that you got that off your chest? Way to give the shit back. You got to understand, man. The shit that went down after that, because that was the catalyst, right? Me saying, why is BMR friending me? Should not have led to Lund Racing saying, you might not be a good fit on this, or hey, you got to move up north, or we're not going to make it work remotely. I don't blame Lund Racing for what they did. They said, no, you're toxic right now, not because of what you said, because of what someone in the industry perceived you as. And then those people that want free parts from him were like, yeah, fuck that guy. I can't believe that guy said that. Fuck him. And if Lund Racing co-signs on that, fuck Lund Racing too. That led to probably the lowest point of my life, the lowest point of my professional life anyway. So I kept it in, and I was like, all right, now, dude, you understand. I hate saying this because it sounds like I'm some kind of tough guy, but I'm not. Look, I grew up in the shittiest of shit. And the way you handled shit is by fucking knuckling up and fucking handling shit. And then I had to bite my lip, lose my job, struggle for a year and a half or two, drive to Orlando twice a week to just live. And it's just like, all because of that. All because of that. But luckily, I focused and I said, let me make something good of this bullshit. And things worked out. But that ignoring shit, it's done. We're done ignoring shit. Got a stage 2. Already got that. SNTX gave me $1 twice. Thank you very much. Stoneface says, super fan support. Thank you. Look, anything you guys do for me, I highly appreciate. I was contemplating not monetizing this stream, but I didn't want it to be just me just popping off on just one dude. Let's just be like, dude, you're on notice. You're on notice, okay? And it's not going to be that much more before shit's going to pop off. So be careful. Tread lightly. Keep my name out of your mouth. That's all I'm saying. Because what you've done is some snake-ass spineless shit. Snake ass. Now, if you don't like me, right? If you're out there going, good, fuck you. I'm glad he did that to you. Okay, that's fine. What makes you think he won't do it to you? What makes you think that someone like that won't do it to you? Think about that. I wouldn't do it to you. I wouldn't do it to him. If I dislike him and I knew where he worked and I knew I can get him fired, I wouldn't do it to him. He's feeding his family. Cedric White says, here's some money to calm me down. Continue with the great content. Sorry I've been MIA grinding at work and building my SN95, which with the advice you've given me on past live streams. Thank you, Cedric. I appreciate that, brother. What's the best way to get into tuning? Go to a tuning school. Honestly, at this point, there's a tuning school. I think it's called thetuningschool.com, and that's probably your best way right now to get into it. Hike Boy Jadan said, I know you're not a BS guy. That's why I love to watch your vids. Just supporting your channel. I wanted to know, how much horsepower do us Coyote guys have to make to beat mildly modded supercars? So if you're a S550 auto car making 800, you can pretty much walk lower end Lambos. You can pretty much beat a GT like a Porsche, the highest, and not the highest end Porsche, no way, but like a 911 turbo, some like 10.6 car, you should be able to handle it pretty easily. I'm saying rolls and dig, that's it. So in my opinion, Haik, I would be in the north of 700 and low 800 range if you want to beat most supercars. Now, the wild card in this whole thing is the fucking McLaren 720S. That is a bad bitch. It's hard to gauge what's going to beat that. John Begovic said, the GT500 VIN is etched into the side of the trans. Junior, go to the car, or senior, go to the car tomorrow. Take a picture of the VIN of the trans. Take a picture of the VIN of the car. Post it up. Fretted Evolution, same thing. If there is a VIN on the Tremec DCT, take a picture of that. Take a picture of your VIN and lay that shit to rest. Tyler Hornsby says, bitch, I'll be in West Palm next week at the Cars and Coffee with my Camaro ZL1. Roast me. I might be there with the Fairmont. I got to do a fuel system upgrade on it. I'm running out of fuel. F-150, S550 says, bitch, I'm waiting on my Engage in tune. Just paid yesterday. Badass shit. We'll get you set up, brother. 03 Stank GT said, for talking shit, Alex. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you very much for being a supporter. I had to get some shit off my chest. That's been brewing for 4 fucking years. Feels a little good. We'll see. I'm sure there's going to be fallout from that shit, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll do that. Again, done with that ignoring shit. Opinion on the clutch tamer. Not too pleased with the ET Street bias play. Thinking of switching to radials. Actually, I like the idea. I'm not 100% what... I think people use like these black magic clutches, like the slipper clutch setup. Now, the clutch tamer is basically a device that when you release the clutch, it is hydraulically limiting the rate of when the slave actually, brings everything back and pushes everything forward. Actually, brings it back, I think, forward to disengage. isn't throttled, but to engage is different. I think it's a good idea if you can get the rate to be just right. Some clutches don't like to be slipped, like the McLeod RXT. It's an on-off switch. You can't slip. You can slip the clutch, but it is very difficult. An organic clutch is a little more friendly for that kind of stuff. And the Mantic 1000, I think it's called, the 9000. Look, the badass one, the twin disc, badass shit. That one actually slips nicely. D-Self gave me $20. Thank you very much. I wanted to mention it. Appreciate that, brother. Marshall ENG says 13 GT Premium, 56,000 miles, for sale. Lund tuned. Full bolt-on E85. UPR suspension, Mantic clutch, invoice to prove. Carbon drive shaft, built rear end, all mods selected per Alex's recommendations. Looking to get 20K. God, that's a good deal. A full bolt-on, fully bolted on, with 56K, a 13 Premium. Good deal. So hit up Marshall ENG if you guys need a badass NA Coyote. Alex, once again, thanks for the fine tuning on my twin turbo 18 car. Garrett Smith, you're welcome, sir. It was a lot of fun tuning your car. It's easy. When people get it and it's built right and it's fueling nicely, it's easy shit. Should I finish my Dart 427 Windsor with 225cc heads, TFSRs, built AOD, Holly EFI, or should I go with a second gen Coyote and 6R80? It's on an LX Fox body. Honestly, 5.0 Jose, you're already there. I'd finish that setup. I know guys that have big inch small blocks, straight up getting it. Tony Whetstone, great example. Guy has an AOD and a convertible running like low eights, and it lives in the 850 zone on True Street trim, and it has gone 790s. Tony Whetstone, look him up on Facebook. I think he has a good size in inches, small block and AOD. So I would finish what you got, brother, because it's not going to be cheap to build the Gen 2 Coyote control pack, engine harness, trans harness. Fuck. I would finish what you got, honestly. I would love that setup. It sounds good. Sergio says, congrats on the 9-1 pass. I didn't do it. That is all Evolution Performance and Lund Jr. doing the tuning on that car. And screw all the people saying y'all got nitrous in it. Laughing my ass off. Lund for the win. You know how many times people say impossible? How did it gain 4 mile an hour? How did it gain 6 mile an hour? And then they don't question when someone had been going 10-0s all day. Then when they go into colder weather, it goes 9.7, and they go, yeah, 9.7, yeah, whoa. And I'm like, DA, forget it. It's just, you cannot win that fight. Israel R says, thanks for sharing that stressful part of your life, Alex, with us. I appreciate that. You got to understand, Israel R, you know how hard I was trying to make it work here? All of my furniture was still in Houston. Our furniture. We lived together. It was all in Houston. And no, I'm not looking for a fucking sob story. I am just stating facts and seeing it from my point of view, my perspective. I saw this go down, and I saw that I was in trouble. I'm like, I might be out of a job pretty soon based on one guy's overzealous reaction to me simply saying, why is BMR suspensions? Friend requesting me. So I did everything I could. I worked late nights. We used to have these little boost boxes back in the day, and you'd have to kind of glue them together. And Jake, I'll never forget what Jake did for me. Jake went out of his way. He helped me out, got me work. He let me work at Power by the Hour, basically charity. He's like, dude, I can't give you money, but I can definitely help you because you got the fucking raw end of the stick. I go, I know. It was a whirlwind 4 months. I was living in an apartment, 1 bedroom, air mattress, and a car show chair for furniture. And all this shit went down. So yeah, it was a pretty low point. But I didn't sit there and so sorry me. Fuck that. I went, you know what? I got to get me a job. I hustled. I paid the rent. It struggled for 2 months, but I got it done. VMP picked me up. Honestly, they weren't paying a bunch, but I get it because they were a small business and they weren't looking to have a remote employee make crazy money. The YouTube stuff started coming up slowly, and I started making a nice chunk of change every month. And when it came time to make real deal money, Lund Racing came along and we buried the hatchet. We're boys again, and they paid me very well, and I really appreciate that. And they said, you can stay in Florida. You can stay. We know you got this. We trust you with our files that you're not going to do stupid shit on the side. And that gave me the I want to work hard for them. Shit, I want to work hard for them. I want to make them fucking proud. And here we are. They got my back. A guy like that talking a lot of shit has gotten a 4-year free pass. Fuck that guy. But thank you, Israel R. Izzy Terminator. Alex, keep up the good work, man. Let the haters hate, because in the end we see how things turns out on your end with Lund and others selling and others selling paper. Exactly. I almost didn't even want to address this. Because it's what we call giving a sucker some shine. I'm literally putting a spotlight on this fuck boy, right? But then I was like, nah, it needs to be said what he did. Because it's some of the most spineless shit I've ever come across in any industry. I've been a millwright. I've been in retail. I've been in factory work. I've been an exterminator. You name it. I've had more jobs than anyone at Lund Racing combined. If every single job that anyone at Lund Racing ever did was counted, I probably have 30 above that, because I've done it all. And in no situation did I ever meet this kind of spineless tactic. It's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Some secretary ass shit. But thank you, Izzy Terminator. Barcod3 says, just showing some love for the channel. Thanks for always being a real mofo. Yeah, you're welcome, brother. 850 people watching. Thank you, guys. 850 people watching. Here's 10 bones for that smoke tonight. Chin down, hands up, bro. They don't want that smoke. I'm not looking to fight. Last thing I want to do is, cause issues. But if I was ever wanting to smack anyone based on anything they did, this would be the person, man. This would be the person that would just get a cold smack unprovoked. Well, that was provoked. But then I'm like, what am I going to gain out of it? He'll probably prosecute, send me to jail. He won't knuckle up. He won't fight back. Or he'll get someone else to fight his fight. Come on. It's a lose-lose situation there. Love watching the Fairmont leave those beautiful tire marks on the road to Mexico. I know spinning ain't winning, but still fun to watch. Derek M. Yeah, it needs it needs a lot of work back there. And tomorrow I am installing a secondary fuel pump. Hey, Lund Senior, if you're listening, I might need the afternoon off to finish that fuel pump setup. Please. I will see. I'm going to work a little bit tonight, work some overtime, because we are fucking slammed. It is now go time. Everybody fucking boom, 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 just ordering tunes. Insane. Like, we were watching it today and we're like, what the fuck is happening? Who else is tuning these cars? Because it seems like we're getting all of them. It's unreal. So he said, Alex, you want to work some overtime? Keep track of your time. I got you. He offered it to all the dudes. We're all going to take advantage of it. But I'm going to need some time to work on that Fairmont tomorrow. Scott N said, talk your shit, bro. Also, thanks for always giving great information. Keep it up. Yeah, look, I didn't want to make this video all about me, and my struggles and all that bullshit. Sometimes you just have to, be real with people and call out pieces of shit. And that there is no bigger piece of shit. There is no bigger piece of shit than Homeboy. Now, there is another piece of shit that tried the same exact thing in a slightly different way. He works for a completely different company. I have not mentioned him. Why? Because I would never want to fuck with his money. Plain and simple. F-150 S550 says, not a low point. See it as finding yourself, bitch. Y'all. Been there. It was a focal point. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you get to that come to Jesus moment. And you know what's great? You see who's a ride or die motherfucker, right? I found out my ex wasn't a ride or die chick. Sorry if you're listening. Honey. You were not about that life. You were not about, I know you would say, oh, I was there for the tough time. Not this time. This time it was like, the fuck you doing? So I'm like, all right, I'm going to do my thing. And I knew it. I was like, this ain't, nope. It just, you could just tell that it was like, what, why is this drama happening in your life? And I'm like, I don't fight. I don't argue like that. So I'm just like, you're either with it or you're not with it. Not with it. Peace. Shit. You guys are fucking going crazy. Alec, keep up the good work. Easy Terminator says, oh, I already got that. Haters hate Twin Racing for hitting bottom and coming out on top. Bardock 3 is just showing some support for the channel. Thanks for always being a real mofo. Twin Racing said, for hitting bottom and coming out on top. That was bottom. That was bottom. Professionally. I had been lower personally. But professionally, that was the lowest I've ever been. I don't recommend it for anyone, because I've been there, and it's if you don't have that like internal mechanism that says get the fuck out of this, stop being a bitch, let's go. Some people just stay in it forever. John Lund, 2015 EcoBoost for sale with a built motor, built trans, detuned for the street. If you want a pretty nasty built EcoBoost, guys, we got one. Lund Racing has an S550 EcoBoost for sale, built motor, built trans. Hit us up. Hit us up in the ticket system. Support at lundracing.com if you know anyone that wants a built EcoBoost car. Fuel system, I think. I'm not sure. We'll see. Ticket system. Alejandro Flores. John said, take photos of the DCTs at PBH. Loving the channel. Will support you regardless of content. Okay, I'll do it tomorrow. I usually go there after the ticket system is slowed down, but I am working late tonight. So if you're tuned by me, you might get a fucking tune tonight. After the show's done, I'm going to work 2 hours or something like that and get you guys handled because I don't want to wake up to 30 tickets and pissed off people. So you might get a tune from me tonight if you're tuned by me. Hey, brother, 2014 GT500, going to be my weekend car, but only street driving. What do you suggest for a good setup for ripping around the street? Okay, 2014 GT500, this is what I would do. 2.4 upper pulley, twin boosted pumps. You don't have to upgrade the injectors. Let's stay on pump gas. 2.4 upper, twin boosted pumps, long tube headers if you can afford them, and some 373s. Leave it alone. Leave it alone after that. Maybe upgrade to the CJ65, maybe upgrade to the cold air, but honestly, 2.4 upper, cold air, long tubes, 373s, and BAPs, that bitch is done. It's probably making 700. Here's 10 bones for that smoke tonight. Chin down, hands up. I already said that. Love watching the Fairmont leaving. I already said that. Jeez, am I repeating myself? Thanks, Alex. I appreciate the honesty. Absolutely love talking shit. Thanks, guys. Look, this channel, sometimes it's tech, sometimes it's personal, but it's me. And if shit went down that should not have gone down, and if someone's doing some dumb shit that I think should be called out on, like the guy talking shit on blown up transmissions and a piece of shit of the industry, I'm gonna call him out. And Tony Bolton, maybe now you understand. Me and Tony Bolton have a back and forth and da. But I'm telling you, I have my reasons for not supporting that company at the time because of who they employed, but I never reached out to the company and said, hey man, this guy, fuck, nope. Scott N says, talk your shit, bro. Also, thanks for always giving great information. The Pasty Narwhal says, you missed my question earlier. I'm sorry. It's one of those nights, brother. Let me see the Pasty Narwhal. It's flying by, so I apologize. Here we go. Missed my question earlier. Where are you, Pasty Narwhal? Fuck, it's not updating fast enough. Sorry. John Bogoyevich. Ah, shit. Pasty Narwhal. I'm sorry, Pasty Narwhal. What a weird name, too. Pasty Narwhal missed my question earlier. Shit. Zachary. El Coyote. Oh, fuck. Dude, the chat is so choppy that I'm having trouble even scrolling back, and I'm going to miss a bunch of other questions. Pasty Narwhal. Oh, here we go. Nickel White says, I waited 20 minutes on this to get his help on my suspension, but he decided to flirt with his non-wife about how much money he had. Interesting. And if it wasn't for Dion at BMR, I would have went to another company. Shout out to Dion. Good man. Taking care of my nickel. Nickel's my nickel. Taking care of my nickel, Dion. Yeah, Nickel, sorry you had that experience, but I'm not surprised. Correct. Alex, once again, thanks for the find. Okay, we got that. Let me go to the bottom and work my way up because this is crazy. Alex, would you be interested in learning Fuel Tech FT600 big boy shit on a Gen 2 or Gen 3 Coyote swap? Full swap if done properly? Oh, yeah. But the problem is you're going to have to leave that shit with me for like a year because I got to start from fucking scratch. Honestly, if it was on Motec, because I know someone at Motec and he can at least give me some great customer support. I don't know much about Fuel Tech, but I'm willing to learn anything standalone because I think that's the next evolutionary step into the racing big boy shit. Inmate commissary money, D-Self, thank you very much. Pragmatic Lunatic says 16 PP car with a Gen 2 engine on a free-flowing exhaust. I just bought a 4 Innovations dual pumper service system. And a Gen 5 Whipple, what more to do for 800 to 900 horsepower? ID 1050Xs or maybe a 1300 just to make sure you have headroom. You don't need it, but I would prefer to have headroom than to rely on a 1050X and live in the low 800, 850 range and be like at 75, 80% duty cycle. Oh, that sounds fine. I know, but if on a cold day, I don't want you to be at like 110%. Hey, Alex, I got a 16mm throttle body and a Gen 1 Cobra Jet setup. Would you go to a Twin 67 be worth the money? Is there actually anything to gain from it? Yeah, the Twin 60 to Twin 67 on a Cobra Jet intake is a nice little upgrade, and the tune does not have to change if you're already tuned for it. SVT Jackal gave me $10. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. You guys don't have to give me money. I'm trying to get the non-paid stuff, but it's tough. Mr. Nitro gave me $20 and said, "This is Kelly Aiken. What did I miss?" He don't care, dude. Look, he don't care. He's got one of those attitudes like, rent free. I'm here rent free. Yo, rent free, rent free. And then when he sees me, he's like, whoop, yep. And he can't keep my name out of his mouth. Can't keep my name out of his mouth. Alex, who is this? Alex Salvia. Hey, Salvia. He works at a dealership over in. I'm sorry I couldn't get to you today, Alex. I'm telling you, it was so busy. Thank you for offering me lunch. That was very nice of you. I really appreciate it. Hey, Alex, thank you for the great tune you and Lund made for the Mustang GT today, and thank you for Christian for a big improvement. And tomorrow I'll fill up the tank with the 85 and keep up the good work. Thank you. Hey, Alex Salvia, again, nothing personal. It was very busy today. I literally could not unglue myself from the laptop. I really hope you're happy. And if anyone has a car that they need to buy in the Tampa area, look up Alex Salvia. The highest, I think he works at the highest grossing, highest volume Ford dealership like anywhere. So Alex Salvia, hit him up. He's a car salesman. So I already got John Lund's reply. Thanks for my Bullet Flex tune. Been riding out on for 4 months now. When is Christian making a guest appearance? Soon. I think it's gone. There's a nice flow going on right now. There's a lot of shit I got to get out. Once I think we can make like specific shows like a Fox Body special or GT500 special or something like that, older stuff, Christian can come in, 3-valve, 2-valve. He knows all the minutia of those cars, color combos, interior, exterior, wing. He's very good at that. So we'll work him in here. He's great. He's great on the show. Wow, I cannot say that name. XX Hawaii High. Air raid modular intake 2 for 14 Coyotes. I'm trying to keep the closed air element due to high IAT here in Hawaii. Worth getting paired with a tune. So as long as the mass airflow housing is the same size as stock, you don't need a tune. The tube will flow a little better, but if you want to take advantage of more air coming in, you might want to open up the tube a little bit, making it a tune required version. The tube itself on its own, I don't think will yield you a ton of gains over what you currently have. 15 Eco Boost for sale. That was John Lund. Thank you very much. Pacey Narwhal. How much horsepower is needed to run mid-8s in the quarter? So my car weighs 3,400 pounds, the Fairmont. I made 880 rear wheel horsepower through the Edelbrock TVS with a 3.0 pulley. I'm sorry, 850 rear wheel horsepower with a 3.0 pulley, 11-to-1 compression, basically a Gen 2 motor. So 3,400 pounds. The thing is weight. You know how a lot of people always mention how fast they went with like a throttle body, but they negate to tell you how much the car fucking weighs. Weight is very important. So if your car weighs 3,800 pounds to run mid-8s, you might need over 1,000 rear wheel horsepower. I know you're going to need over 1,000 rear wheel horsepower to run that 850, like 1,100. You need like 1,100 to 1,200 rear wheel if your car weighs 38, full weight S550. My car ran 870, 3,400 pounds, 880 rear wheel horsepower because it's 500 pounds lighter than most S550s. Oh gosh, look at Julius. Thank you very much, Julius. I appreciate that. You didn't have to give me $50, but I appreciate it. Keep it up, YOLO. How much to get Hush Money's wheelie on a shirt? I got to get a better wheelie, so I'm going to try to do it at Texas 2K. Hopefully everything goes well. Hopefully it doesn't break or anything, but anything can happen during racing. But I'm getting it ready for 2K, and it's going to come out with like another 100 rear horsepower than before. So we'll see if I can get a better wheelie out of it. We'll get it on a shirt, that ugly-ass car. 60 pp car with a Gen 2 Coyote 985 with free-flowing exhaust. I just bought a 4 Innovations dual pump, and the next step is Gen 5 Whipple. I think we said that already. I said you need 1050Xs or 1300s if you want headroom. 1050Xs, you should be fine for a while if you're going to live in the low 800 range, in my opinion. Okay, I think I got everybody up to date now. If I missed a question, I'm sorry, but let me know on the non-paid chat, and I'll try to get back to you. We have time, so I'll try to do that for you guys. 16 millimeter throttle body, got that. 16 pp2 car, Alex. Okay, I think I got everybody. Tyler Olson says, I've been listening to the new F8 album, Bottom off the Top, F8 album. I don't know what that means. Thanks for all you do for us, Brody. Anytime. Oh, this is Brody, Josh Miles. So he's talking to Brody. Okay, sorry. Let me go up. Edwin Martinez said 900, 5 points slow. It depends how much he weighs, Edwin. Remember, it depends how much he weighs. Fuck you, Alex, bashing 11 14 GTs. Don't really care about 11 to 12, but you don't dare talk shit about my 14. Darth Stang. Big Daddy Trucker said 300 shot. Evolution's here? Where's Evolution at? It'd be nice to see Evolution come in here and we can talk a little shit about the guys that have been, I don't want to say guys, it's really one without any proof. And then he keeps saying that he has a mole somewhere, like giving him information. I'm like, dude, he's wrong. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to tell you he's wrong. And by, you're wrong also by believing him and spreading the false rumor. It's crazy for you to not vet the information coming in. Peter Galvez says, showing support. I have a Gen 1 car. I'm putting an Edelbrock 2650 on it. Taking it to PBH for the revisions. Schedule it, please. God damn it. Schedule it because it's probably going to end up on my desk. Luntun, of course. Hope to catch you there. Keep up the good work. Peter Galvez, we'll see. We'll schedule it. And if I happen to be there, great. But I cannot tune the car. I can't get in your car and tune it. It'll still be through the ticket system. But yeah, we can hang out, touch tips. We can fuck, all that stuff. Guns GM Smoker says, balls and dicks. Alex, do you guys at Lund see a good difference on big boy power cards using billet intake manifolds versus the Plasma Man over your typical manifolds? Gunsmoker 95, the thing is the billet intake manifolds allow you to run 30 PSI and up safely. Let's say, for instance, you have a GT350 intake and you throw 28 to 32 PSI at it and it breaks because it's plastic. And then the injectors are attached to the intake manifold. It breaks, it cracks, fuel goes all over your engine bay. There goes your car. A Plasma Man or something made out of metal, something like BL Fabrications also makes, Plasma Man and others alike, like Frankenstein and all those guys. It is a billet, motherfucker. That shit ain't breaking. So you can shove 30, 40, 50 pounds of boost through the thing. So it's mostly about allowing a lot of boost in a car based on the configuration or the materials it is built out of. Bitch, I'll give her. Coyote Swap doesn't fit headers. Not even ultimate headers. Gotta use F-150 manifolds. How much loss of horsepower? You must be swapping a weird vehicle. Because Coyotes in Fox bodies have been doing it all, unless you're using a different K member, like an AJE or a Maximum. Boosted, let's say if you're boosted for 650 robo horsepower. Actually, no, let's go NA. If you were to make 410, 415 robo horsepower NA, you're probably going to make like 407. So not massive. But if you supercharge it, you're going to lose like 20 easily. Maybe more, depending on how much boost you're throwing at it. NG Nickel said, okay, just got done listening to the first 20 to 25 minutes monologue. I'm blasting Kelly Aiken's tits. Holy shit, damn son, you fucked him. I'm not looking to fuck him. Everything I said was 100% factual. Factual. The nice thing about saying the truth is you don't forget it. You don't forget the truth because it happened. Lies, you can forget because you're like, oh, let me lie about this. And you're like, oh shit, I said that? No, man. If it happened to you, and look, I talked to Lund about it. I called John Sr. for a little bit before the show went on, and I said, hey, man, today's the day. Today's the day this is going to happen. And it's only on that dude. I don't give a fuck about anything else. The 2020 GT500 guy talking shit about broken transmissions, that was going to be talked about anyway. But late in the afternoon, this boy just kept talking shit and wanted, okay, here you go. Here's your fucking 50 minutes of fame. 2007 F-150. Oh, my God. F-150, S550. Yeah, you're going to lose like 7 or 8. You're not going to lose a lot. Kevin McCann says, hey, Alex, how do I go about contacting Ford about a core exchange on my block? I've contacted my local Ford dealer and Ford corporate, and no one seems to know what I'm talking about. So a core return? So did you receive a motor, Kevin McCann? Did you receive a motor? Because if you received a motor, you should be able to send that back for a core return from whoever you received the motor from. Now, if you're just trying to give them a core, just like, here's a core, fuck it. You might have to contact a parts company that deals with Ford direct, like a parts house or something like that. Rami Zaidan, give me all the bitch out. 5 Point Slow says, boss or CJ intake with the turbo setup? To keep things simple, a boss. The throttle body's nice and centered. You can couple it easier because the throttle body's round. I don't really think the CJ is going to, it's probably going to gain more up top, but then the twin bore throttle body, fitting it, coupling it, tuning it, get the boss one. Alex Cadell, my guy. Looking at doing a Ford Performance parts bin build, i.e. suspension shifter and whatever else I can find to install. Then later, step up to a VMP front feed blower. Thoughts for a daily? You mean the Odin or the Loki or the Hulk? Actually, the Hulk is Stang Mode's car's name. Yeah, I mean, why not a Whipple or Edelbrock? I'm not talking shit on VMPs, but I don't hear much of those like around yet. Why not an Edelbrock or a Whipple? Unless you really are loyal to VMP, and that's fine. It'll tune the same as long as the throttle body is on point, the throttle body tuning is on point, it'll tune the same as an Edelbrock with different MAF data and whatever injectors they use. So it's a TVS 2650. So I think that's good. If you're going to stay on pump gas, stay 10 pounds of boost or lower. Don't go too crazy with like a stage 8 package and then minimum have 12 PSI with pump gas because you're just going to have a bad time. Mike Tana says, hey, Alex, I have a 19 GT Roush Axleback and a better air filter. And Lund tuned. Think of getting flex. And the 85R. Is it worth it? Most of the time will be 50-50 of 94 and the 85. Yes. Mike Tana, the biggest kick in the butt I received in my 2019 Mustang was the E85 tune. It was like the moment I had it and then I went back to pump gas, I'm like, ew, fuck that. I'm going to put the E85 tune back in it. And it literally changed everything about that car. It drove great. It was actually quieter because of higher spark. It's actually quieter. And it was just addicting to drive on E85 all the time. The downfall is you're going to go through it really, really fast, Mike Tana. So keep that in mind. SASG said, Alex, I asked the question. Thank you very much. Here you go. No, you didn't. You just gave me $1. Thank you. Let me go back. SASG. Did you ask the question? SASG. No, you just gave me $1, but now you got mentioned a bunch of times. SASG or SASG. Mad respect to you, Israel R. says, with your experience with manuals, what are your thoughts on the Tremec 6-speed? I'm trying to decide to save for a 350 or build my 2015 GTM TD2 car for occasional weekend road course street use. I love the T56 or the TR6060. I love them. I love how they feel. I love the power they can take. I love the gate, meaning how it feels. The T56 Magnum XL, in my opinion, is perfect because the shifter is mounted right on it and it feels, you are connected. It is a clickety-clack mechanical feeling that is addicting and it's hard to shake that kind of addicting feeling if you're into stick shift cars. TR6060 still have a remote mounted shifter, so you're going to have to deal with that for a little bit, but the transmission is stout. Just ask Ben Calamer. They're great. Just wanted to thank you for all you do, says 3Valve Eric. I really appreciate and respect your hard work. I've learned a lot from you. YOLO for President 2020. According to everyone, I don't know shit. I'm a novice tuner, and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But when it comes to information, plain and simple, information. Maybe I'm not the best tuner on the planet, obviously. You got to understand, I am giving you guys information that you would have such a hard time finding. Right now, Kelly Aiken is telling people that because MAF pounds of minute goes up, that the throttle body is automatically flowing more air. Guess what? I can make the MAF pounds a minute read whatever the fuck I want. I can peg MAF pounds a minute at 86. I can say, here's some scaling, some data, here, MAF. Whoop, and it scales the math. It scales the MAF pounds a minute, so I can make it do whatever I want. So some people say, well, automatically it's flowing more air because the MAF pounds a minute are higher. No, I can scale that in the tune and change it. You don't believe me? Ask John Jr. If you don't believe anything I gotta say, ask John Jr. He'll verify it. Hey, Alex, I'm the customer who you've been tuning with the torque booster that you thought was overboosting. Why all the hate for torque boosters if it works? It doesn't work. It sucks. I hate it. If you want a torque booster, buy a TVS, buy a VMP, buy a Edelbrock, buy a Whipple. Because if you want power, positive displacement down low, the problem is this, 3Valve Eric. What if you get boost creep? What if the spring is not tight enough and it starts to creep past the gate into the motor on 91 for whatever reason? And then you're on 91 and you go on the highway and you go from going 10 PSI to 12 PSI, 13 PSI. Then you're going to hit me up and go, what the hell happened, Alex? I'm going to say, I don't know what happened. You were tuned fine, 16 degrees on 10 PSI on 91 octane. What happened? I don't know what happened, Alex. Me neither. A PD blower gives you power down low now, and that's how it's designed. So if you want torque, do that. For whatever reason, over boosting the car and then wastegating the rest just so you can have more power down low, you're trying to mimic a completely different power adder, like a PD blower. Why not get a power adder? I understand what you're saying, and I understand the positives in theory on the torque booster. I just think it's trying to do something that it's not meant to do, plain and simple. No hate, just not my favorite. Look, your math readings are through the fucking roof telling me that it's seeing about 18 PSI, when in fact, the math is seeing all that air, then wastegating it before the throttle body. So I'm looking at the data going, this motherfucker's flowing enough air to make 1,000 rear wheel horsepower. Then he puts a boost gauge on it and goes, I'm only seeing 10 PSI at the manifold. And I'm like, why do you have this? The data is telling me you're making 1,000 rear wheel horsepower on pump gas, but your manifold says it's seeing 10 PSI because you're wastegating the rest. So now I have to ignore some things in the data log because you're falsely boosting them. You see my issue with that? Ride related. That was ride related. Pragmatic Lunatic says, thank you for $10. Sweet. Appreciate that. Nick Prater says, would be a shame if Kelly Aiken's YouTube channel got spammed after this feed. Turns out he has a channel under his name. Look, I don't want you to do that. I don't want anyone fucking with him. The beef is here with me and what he did trying to get me fired through my job, using his leverage at BMR Suspensions to put pressure on Lund Racing to publicly out me to say, hey man, this shit ain't good. That's like the most fucked up thing you can do, especially in the position I was at that time. No, look, if he somehow gets a sense in his head of apologizing, which he probably won't because he's too much of a fucking egomaniac for that, I don't want your apology. You are forever fucked. Forever. 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 Don't try to apologize. Don't try to mend fences. Don't try to do any of that bullshit. You are forever a piece of shit in my eyes. Don't approach me. Don't look at me. Don't address me. The fuck out of here. Alex Cadell says, VMP was just first on my mind. I do like Whipple's constant power curve, though. What VVP fuels can I use on my 93 tune to test false knock? C10, C16, but it's leaded. And Sunoco, if you don't have VP. Sunoco 260 GT, or anything that contains 100 octane, honestly. If you have 100 octane, meaning even octanium, throw it in your tank, full tank of gas in 93, full bottle of octanium in your shit. You can get it from AutoZone or Advance. And that's basically about 98 to 100 octane. Then if you have false knock issues, you know that octane isn't a culprit. (2018) 810 that's fully bolted on, CJ cams, headers, etc. Can I get a ghost cam tune on top of my cam car? Keep talking shit. Highlight of the day. Last place 338 says that. We might have a cammed tune for the CJ18. Hit us up in the tune to tuning support at lundracing.com. Last place 338. Just make sure. I don't want to talk out of turn here, talk out of my ass. Make sure. Couldn't find a meter here, $4. Couldn't find a meter here, $4. Zach Davis says, will the flex fuel tune run slower than a dedicated E85R tune or a dedicated 93 octane tune? So some people get different for whatever reason. Not all cars are exactly the same. They're brothers, not twins. So I think you're going to end up getting similar peak numbers with a flex tune if on E85. Good, sweet E85. And I think at the track, I think the dedicated E85R tune will perform better because we are shoving the timing in down low. The flex fuel tune is allowing timing based on ethanol content. So that's the best way I could put it. Now, your 93 tune, dedicated 93 tune versus a flex 93 tune, it doesn't change, right? The flex on 93 should perform the same as a dedicated 93 tune. The E85R tune will perform better than the flex on E85 because we are shoving the timing in early on the E85R tune. 93 and flex, we're not shoving timing in. We're letting it come in based on the ethanol percentage. Awesome. Oh, very good, very good. Well, Lund tune packs in 93 and nitrous shot in a standalone with MS109. Sure, Maniac S550. Absolutely. As long as you have enough fuel coming in, I don't see it being an issue. If you do like a 100 shot and like a 3.6, 3.6 pulley, that's going to be pretty aggressive combination. It's going to make good power. Paxton cars on 3.6 pulleys and 93 make about 700, like low manual. manual cars. Low 700, high 600. With a 100 shot, it could be a 780, 790, 800 wheel horsepower car. Do you happen to know anyone that makes a mini starter for Coyote swaps? I think Ford Racing does TMS productions, but honestly, you don't need it. I don't know why people want a mini starter, because the stock starter turns an 11-to-1 compression motor no problem. So I don't see there's a need for it, but I think Ford Racing does sell one. Lund Racing says, El Deladobo, if all fuel without octane booster sucks, then octane booster will help the most optimal for sealing. That is Junior, the way he's talking. Sealing that is set to. At Lund Racing says, we have a 10 feet on our blue 15. You be the judge. Okay, he's answering questions. I love it. Thank you very much for whoever has the Lund Racing account and answering some questions. Diddy LX50 says, thanks. I think he's talking to Lund Racing. Awesome. Ride Related says, Alex, how is the MAF reading? How is the MAF reading that much flow if it's downstream wastegate? Doesn't seem to be possible unless there's an issue with the MAF scaling, correct? No. Stop with the MAF scaling. We don't scale the MAF. We adjust the MAF based on the airflow. So if you have a Paxton setup with a 4-inch diameter tube, you get the same MAF curve, and we tweak 10 or 15% or 5 to 7% here and there. And the most I've ever seen in my personal car, because I have a Vortec V3 car with a 3.6 pulley, the most MAF hertz, meaning the MAF frequency, the MAF hertz I've seen was 1.7 to 1.8. Yours was seeing 2.2. Okay, so you understand my concern. I go, whoa. What's going on? Similar MAF curve. Yeah, it's a different vehicle, but the similar MAF curve. So if a torque booster is somehow making 14, 15 PSI happen before the wastegate gets it out of there, but after the MAF, you can understand how the MAF being crazy high could be way off, unless the injector is off too. That's the other thing I want to make. We have to confirm everything. Look, right now your logs are looking really good, but I got to make sure you got the right injector in there too, because that's another thing that'll mess up load. The injector. Some people said I have ID 1000s. They end up having D-Torque 95s. Some people say I have FIC 1000Hs. Comes out, they have regular FICs or D-Torque 95s. So that's the other thing that could be throwing it off. But honestly, your car tuned pretty straightforward. So I don't know why load is insanely high with that car. We might have to start from scratch and be like, all right, pull an injector, all that stuff. Are long tubes worth it? For the headache for a Gen 1 Coyote car, almost full bolt-on and yeah, look, long tubes are almost worth it all the time. You want to get the air in and out as fast as possible. Long tube will help that. And you're going to go boost it eventually, so might as well just get some long tubes. Gabriel Mendez says, listen to your tuner. Dylan Giles says, Lund Racing, YOLO is there with the gains with Ignite E90. YOLO, is there gains with Ignite E90 over Pump E85 besides consistency? I don't think so, Dylan Giles. I was talking to Jake about it. And Jake, let's say, for instance, we get good quality tested E85 in your car. And I can get 22 degrees out of it at 15 PSI. When you put an E90, why would I need to change anything? Oh, can you add more timing? No. If it's a better quality fuel, it should automatically make more power. Okay, what if I do ethanol red, 116, 118? Is the stoic the same? Yup. Okay, so why would I add more timing when I'm already at the most that I'm comfortable with? Because you get diminishing gains, right? From 20 to 22, there's probably a 40 horsepower difference. From 22 to 23, there's like a 2 horsepower difference. So I don't want to just raise timing based on the fuel quality that you have because you went from E85 to E90. If you have tested E85 in the car, that's pretty damn sweet. I don't think you need anything else. Now, E90 or something that comes from a jug that is consistent, it's nice because then you don't have to worry about going to a pump that tests at E70 or has the other 15% become basically chocolate milk and junk. So I think it's just more of a consistency thing. Same thing with C85. Who all from Lund Racing is going to Texas 2K? And Lund Racing answered Nick Bishop, Alex Jr., Dakota, and Senior. Any cons using Boostain? Your spark plugs might start getting orange out if you use it too much. Ryan Dillon says, what are the chances that I'll break the Paxton? I'm putting a sleeve motor with a 295 upper and a 20 lower. Gonna send it at 2K. Hopefully it lasts for a few passes. Hopefully I'll see you there, Ryan. Hopefully my car makes it. No issues happen. And I'll see you there. And if you blow it up, hopefully we can catch it on video. But I don't know that it'll blow up. But the 295 pulley is aggressive. I hope you have an 8 rib. And I hope you have an 8 rib and a grip tech pulley. Mike323 says 24-hour stream when you hit 100,000 subs. If I hit 100,000 subs, I'll do whatever the fuck you guys want besides embarrass myself. Nico50 says, ¿Qué pasó, cuh? What's the best PD blower with that top end sauce? It's hard to beat Whipple and Edelbrock right now. Real hard to beat Whipple and Edelbrock. Whipple Gen 5 is pretty damn stout. I can't lie. The Whipple Gen 5 is damn stout. That's what's in the black bean. Alice, looking to make 100 row horsepower with a 2650 Edelbrock on a 19 F150? Jesus. Any ideas? OPG sprocket done. Thanks. E85, brother. You better get a fucking 2625 grip tech pulley, 20% lower, fucking cams. No, I don't think you need cams, but that's going to be aggressive, dude. And then I don't want to spin that car on I don't want to put that truck on the dyno to about, 7,800 RPMs. Ooh. But I think you're going to need boost in the 85, brother. Boost in the 85. There's no secret to it, really. The biggest cold air you can get, it's a 19 F150, so it's all about speed density at that point because it has a map sensor, not a MAF sensor. And hopefully we can get you squared away, but it's going to need big boy boost. Lower than a 3.0 pulley, at least a 20% or 15 or 18%, whatever stage 2 happens to be on Edelbrock and the 85, and a lot of hopes and dreams. Hey Alex, which would you go with and why? VMP Gen 3 or Whipple Gen 5 for a 16 Coyote? Wow, a VMP Gen 3 in my opinion. I still love the power delivery of the VMP Gen 3. Sorry, can't lose with either, but I have a preference for the TVS rotor pack that Eaton makes. Let me get down to the bottom here. Sorry about, A10 E-Force D-Works 400 stock with a BAP, or D-Works 400 with a BAP on 93, 10, 11 PSI. Which is more desirable? I am trying to plan my build. 2018 PP1 with the E-Force D-Works 400 stock with a BAP, or D-Works 400 with a BAP on 93, 10, 11 PSI. D-Works 400, no BAP. I don't think you need a BAP with a D-Works 400 if you're going to stay at 10, 11 PSI and 93. Just a D-Works 400 pump will be fine. Need to talk to you at Texas 2K, Alex, about fuel pumps. Similar tank and pump setup as Hush Money. Yeah, Nick, trust me, I'm going to do some learning this week because I got to upgrade that. My car is running out of fuel. I'll hopefully have a video, but it's so fucking busy, dude. It's hard to get videos out, get the car ready. The channel's probably not doing like I want it to do, but I'm going to do my best to get you all the video I can. Guys, I'm one guy. This is it. This is a one-man show, and I'm trying to get you all the content I can. Towel says, you're a towel? You're a towel. SASG says, we truly appreciate all this info, bitcha. A 5-liter meat beater? Why not running? If running not really rich, I've not seen a need to change the oil faster than I did on C16. Redline Custom says, if I do long tubes, would a catted X pipe hurt performance? Yep. And if I have an 18 Manny, I'm porting throttle body, have a PMAS cold air, putting 85. It's a good setup for a 2011 Mustang. The cats are not going to kill a bunch of power, but obviously you'll make more power without them. That's the best as I can answer that question. And I have PMAS cold air, putting 85. Is that a good? It is a good setup, Redline Custom. That's a nice little setup. 18 manifold. It's going to flow nicely with the long tubes. If you could do E85 with LU47s, you need LU47s with that setup. You make sure you at least get injectors, Redline Custom. Alex, Gen 2 Vortec JTB with a 350 throttle body. Would you guys tune the throttle body? Don't have the stock one anymore and about to order the upgrade. I think so, but hit us up at support@lundracing.com, Mike Vasquez. Or, hey, if Lund Racing's here, can we tune a Gen 2 Auto Vortec car with a 350 throttle body? I'm pretty sure we can, but don't quote me on that, please. Alex, where's your water cup? We missed them gulps from last week. Oh, yeah. You like that? You fucking freak. L&M intake only cams or comp cam stage 3s? I like the comp cam stage 3s, man. In my opinion, they're the more aggressive of the cam profiles out there. In my opinion, Elena might say I'm full of shit. Sorry, but in my opinion, the comp cam stage 3 is a pretty proven guide. I haven't tuned enough L&M intake cams to say it is as comparable as the comp stage 3s. Anyone know a TI automotive dealer looking to get one of those TU blah 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 fuel pump module? Don't like buying off eBay. There you go. Ride related. Yes, the car feels good, and thank you. Just very strange how the flow was normal load on the logs, then went crazy high. I want to figure out why. I'm with you, brother, but let's do this. Okay, let's ride related, do me a favor. Reply to the ticket. Post all your mods. Post all your mods. Bop, 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 bop. Yeah, the important mods. Don't tell me what shifter you have. Fuel injector. Fuel pump. Long tubes. Show me a picture of your torque booster setup just to see where the MAF is in relation to the wastegate, and I'll double check the data. It's looking good, but load is high. One tune to the other, and the tune was the same. I want to make sure I didn't fat finger any data because I could have, but the car was tuning pretty good before that. But let's do that. Let's go through the whole process. I might have fat fingered somebody, and I might have I might have fat fingered data. So I want to make sure I didn't do it to you and that you're 100% satisfied with the setup. And if I made a mistake, I will absolutely own up to it and get you squared away ride related. I'm not ditching on you. I'm not telling you your car's fucked. I understand you did all the vetting, but we got to make sure that the parts are proper for the tune. And I'll go over it again, and we'll go from there. YouTube Carpenter Free Speech. So look, Lund Racing, thank you very much for answering some of these questions. I really appreciate it. T. Hetzler says, Lund, thank you for switching. Thank you switching over to y'all real soon. Awesome. Paul Monaco says, I have 05 GT with a Portastock throttle body, Portastock intake manifold, Bosch 80-pound injectors, pipes, long tubes, Canon Typhoon intake, 200 shot, and a shift kit in my stock at 5R55. What should it run? 12.5. Paul Monaco. Actually, that probably will run like 11 something, like 1150, 1140. It's not bad. Just sounds funny, the setup. Alex Goodell says, is the Flex Fuel tune 93 and 85 only, or can I use other fuels in that tune? I may be overthinking it, but correct me if I'm wrong. You can use MS-109 on Flex Fuel tune. It'll learn the proper content. How about that? LX347 says, can you tune my 1100 horsepower Subaru? Nope. Sorry. Don't have access to that stuff yet. Can you tune my Lightning, bitcho? No, don't tune Lightnings. Nothing pre-Coyote because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing according to other people out there that I don't know how to tune. So, I can't tune Lightnings. I want a YDBT on my car, NA Coyote Mach. How can I achieve this? I want a YDBT on my NA Coyote Mach. How can I achieve this? You hit us up at support@lundracing.com and we can get you tuned right away. I'm a fat finger from now on. That's great. Is it possible to unlock a Lund N-Gauge to be used for any other tuner? Why would you want to? Lund Racing engages pretty much stay Lund Racing. But if for whatever reason you're not satisfied with our service, hit us up and we'll see if we can get you back, brother. Dylan Giles, I don't know why I said 6RD twice. I meant S550 second time. Guy Mark Stenfield said, will a Lund tune work with a BPT Motorsport N-Gauge, or I have to buy a Lund N-Gauge? No, we can potentially convert that N-Gauge into a Lund Racing N-Gauge with firmware as long as you buy a tune from us. YouTube Corrupt Free Speech. So is a 4-inch pulley and a 20% balancer too much boost for pump gas on the Whipple Stage 2 1910 or 80? Ooh. Yep. 4-inch pulley with a 20%. That ends up being like a 3.7? If with 3.7 or 3.6? Would you put a 3.7 or 3.6 on a stock 19? I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it. First time catching it live. Also, been watching your YouTube videos from other channel. Keep up the awesome content. Brian Hershey. Okay, guys, I'm going to start ending it pretty soon. 9:50. You guys have been insane today. Probably the most revenue that you guys have donated to the channel. I really appreciate that. I was contemplating even monetizing this because I don't want to be like a pity party, but some stuff needs to be said today, and I don't think there's going to be much fallout in terms of work. I'm sure people are going to pop off and say, look at what he said. Good. Watch my fucking channel. Look at what I said, because it is 100% factual. Facts. All right. So Lund Racing is taking care of some of the guys here. I didn't miss any questions, and I think we're good. I'm going to get out of here. I've been on for analytics an hour. I've been on for 800 years. I think for the first like 10 minutes, I didn't even hit the like start button, and I talked all this shit, and then I'm like, holy shit, I never hit the go live button, but I finally did and picked up where I left off. So hopefully you guys got an earful from all that stuff. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks everyone for the kindness, for the support, for the channel support. Tomorrow I'm gonna upgrade the fuel system on the Fairmont. I'm gonna ask for a little time off in the afternoon to get that done. that'll probably allow me later on in the afternoon or tomorrow or the following day to finish the video that I was doing for the fueling issues that I was having. So I'm hoping to bring you that. I will be at Texas 2K. If you are going to be at Texas 2K, I'll be there Wednesday through Sunday. So will Lund Racing, Wednesday through Sunday. Try to be respectful. If we're busting ass and we're working on cars and we're freaking going crazy, try to be on the respectful side and give us a little room. But if we're hanging out and we're going to bro out, come on by, say hello, and we'll be able to take care of you. If you have any questions, we'll be able to talk to you in person and we can hang out and have a good time. Gearhead said, how popular is it on 11 to 14 cars that are mostly track oriented to remove the electronic power assist from manual rack? Is it as simple as tuning it out, not throw codes for removal of electric steer? That is all mechanical and module related. So if you remove it, and you're going to have power steering codes, someone's going to have to go in there with an IDS or something and reprogram the modules or something, or delete it if possible, so you don't have all these freaking lights going off about steering faults and all that stuff. So that's pretty much what it's going to be. So anyway, guys, thanks for listening. #FKA. Talk to you guys later.